So now we're going to move into a little bit with managing credit and taking a look at some of the topics that go along with this. First of all, looking for a credit card. I've just got a sample off to the side here of some things about a credit card offer that would be made to you and some things that you can take a look at. Things like the APR. On this particular one, it says the rate that you would be paying would be anywhere from 11.99% to 20.99%. And of course, that's based on what your credit score is. But I think that that's an important thing for people, especially when you get those 0% offers. The 0% offer is great, but it is for that limited time, and then you want to know what it's going to be jumping to. There's fees on this particular one. The fees that might be on top of any interest or anything like that that you might pay. What are those annual fees that you might have with that particular one? And then, of course, the one thing that I always like to point out too is with that credit card offer that you get, make sure that you look at things like cash advances. And I know when that credit card comes, you get that PIN number for cash advances, and my recommendation is tear it up, throw it away, forget you ever saw it. Because as you can see on here, you've got the APR for cash advances is 23.99%, which is higher than any of the other rates that you'd be paying. And there's no grace period, there's nothing for that. When you take that cash advance out, it starts now. And it's going to continue until that balance is taken down to zero. So it's always going to be on that portion. So cash advances are just bad, 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 bad. When it comes to loans, same type of idea. When you're searching for a loan, you want to calculate how much you need, and then making sure that you're looking at what your credit report is, so you've got a pretty good idea of what you could potentially qualify for. And then, of course, you want to shop for the rates that are out there, and make sure that you ask. You know, if I borrow this, what is the rate going to be? What's the rate going to be for this? And then, of course, picking your best option that goes along with it. And again, keeping your options open, because there are a lot of places out there that are willing to do that, and you want to get the one that's going to fit you the best. And then, debt problems. If those happen, what do you do? The dangers of excessive debt, again, are just so much. You have, first of all, the inability to keep up with your everyday expenses. And of course, that leads to the stress over those financial worries. That leads to the inability to save for your future. And then, of course, the damage to your credit history as well. So it's a horrible cycle to get into. And when you start to feel overwhelmed, again, I think for a lot of people, that's kind of, some people want to just rather cower in the corner as opposed to deal with it. But when you realize the things that can happen with this, it really is important to take care of it as soon as you possibly can. So this is a really, I think, a good video that takes a look at how to go about managing that debt if you ever run into those problems. Let's take a quick look at this.
For thousands of years, people have borrowed money to buy things. It's how the banking business started. Debt is not necessarily bad. But if you're not reducing debt faster than you're accumulating it, then debt can be a disaster to your financial health. Here's a question. How much is too much debt for you? Banks evaluate your creditworthiness by calculating your total debt-to-income ratio. 36% is acceptable. Over 40% is a red flag for potential danger. Under 30% is where you want to be. Do your own calculations to see if you are debt-heavy. Here are some warning signs of carrying too much debt. You spend more than you earn each month. You skip payments on some bills in order to pay others. You make the minimum payments on your credit cards. You're maxed out on your credit card limits. You're receiving late payment notices. If you think you have too much debt, you probably do. Let's talk about a plan to better manage and minimize your debts. First, create a realistic budget and follow it. Only 39% of Americans set a monthly budget and stick to it. That's probably why the majority of Americans spent more than they earned last year. Have a debt reduction plan. It's smart to pay down the debts with the highest interest rates. Some people prefer to pay off their smallest debts first. Do whatever works for you, as long as you're constantly reducing what you owe. Adjust your lifestyle. Sometimes the single best strategy is to live more simply. Drive a less expensive car. Sell your house and get a smaller mortgage. Find ways to cut back, spend less, and save more. Earn more money. Look into your options for a higher paying job, or get a second part-time job to increase your monthly income. Start saving. Make saving part of your monthly budget. It takes commitment and discipline, but most money-smart people save at least 15% of their income every month. Talk directly with your creditors. Many will work out a revised payment schedule. If they know you're committed to paying off your obligation, they sometimes reduce their fees or won't report you to a credit bureau. Debt is not the problem. Being responsible about it is. Minimizing your debt and managing your cash flow is crucial to your financial health. You can't get ahead if you're falling behind, and you want to get ahead.
I really wish I was a good artist, because those shows, those little clips like that just blow me away. I think that's awesome. You know, as I'm watching this, I just keep thinking, you know, it's crazy, because when you look at credit, we talk about getting it. We talk about how convenient it can be, all the good things that it can provide. But our conversations always come back to this and getting into trouble. And that's where, again, the whole using it responsibly really, really, I think is so important. And once you understand it, I think that helps you to do that.